Hello ladies and gentlemen and TV show lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host Brett Murphy, and for today's video I have another brand new series review and episodes ranked for you all. And I am going to be discussing Obi-Wan Kenobi. So right off the bat, once again, you might be able to tell I am still a little under the weather. And yesterday was a bit of a low point, hence why you didn't get this video yesterday, or an episode 6 spoiler review for Obi-Wan Kenobi, or an episode 3 spoiler review for Ms. Marvel. But I had to get back up and out there for this one because I knew I needed to get this video out for you all. Because episode 6, the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, is now out, and if this is indeed a limited series, well, this is it. But I am hearing rumors of a potential season 2 already if the fans really want it. I guess we'll have to wait and see at the end of the day, but me personally, I'm okay with what we've got. Nevertheless, as always when I do these types of videos, I will be going through my episode ranking first and then giving my full thoughts on the series as a whole, plus a score out of 10. I was originally thinking about making this spoiler free, but I just don't see any way that I can talk about all the high points in these episodes without discussing spoilers. So yes, right here, right now, I am going to be issuing a major spoiler warning. If you have not seen all 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, there are going to be major spoilers in this video, so you have been warned. Before we hop into the actual ranking and review itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos, series review videos, episodic videos, all that good stuff. So be sure to check one of those out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Number 6, Episode 4, Part 4. Though this is not necessarily a bad episode, it just ends up feeling very underwhelming. I mean, for starters, for a fortress that's supposed to be impenetrable, it's pretty penetrable. They do it twice. I don't know, for me personally, I just thought that was kind of funny. The action in this episode, except for the ending escape, to me personally also felt very underwhelming. I loved seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi with his lightsaber once again, but all of that combat just felt kind of clunky. I do think that the budget had everything looking great, but in the end, this episode just felt like it resolved everything far too quickly and easily, and was honestly a bit boring. Number 5, Episode 2, Part 2. For me personally, episodes 1 and 2 are completely interchangeable. They released at the exact same time on the exact same day and really felt like identical, like it was just kind of one big story and not even really an episode 1 and 2. For starters though, I loved Kumail Nanjiani's character. Obi-Wan versus the bounty hunters was entertaining and definitely had its moments, even if the chase with Leia beforehand was just really bad. I know they were just trying to shock us here, but Reva stabbing the Grand Inquisitor really didn't feel like a big deal at all. I mean, we already have the known Star Wars canon, and I really don't think they were trying to mess with that too much, and we were proven right by, what, episode 5? So it begs the question, why did they bother to do it in the first place? I don't really know. Nevertheless, the stuff that I did like about this episode, I really liked. Number 4, Episode 1, Part 1. Like I said, once again, episodes 1 and 2 are completely interchangeable on this list. I really enjoyed seeing where Obi-Wan has been and what he's been doing for these last 10 years. Seeing just how far he has fallen from who and what he once was is both devastating and incredibly interesting. Meeting the Inquisitors worked well enough. I think their costumes were incredible and they were pretty intimidating, but they were overacting just a bit. I also really liked the plot setup for this series. I do genuinely feel like this is something that would have pulled Obi-Wan Kenobi out of retirement. Owen and Obi-Wan's conversation to show where they are in terms with Luke was also another major standout, along with Owen standing his ground and not backing down from Reva. Vivian Lyra Blair as Little Leia was a phenomenal pick. Perfect in my mind. So perfect, in fact, I can't even really begin to describe it, but I do feel I can confidently say that this girl has a very bright future. Lastly, I was stoked to see Alderaan in all of its former glory, as well as Jimmy Smits back as Bail Organa. Number 3, Episode 3, Part 3. This one was pretty darn close with the next two spots. It had a few really intense moments, like the stormtroopers getting on the back of the truck with Obi-Wan and Leia, as well as the Empire checkpoint where they discovered who they were. But of course, the real big standouts came towards the end of the episode, where we finally got to see Vader and see just how ruthless and powerful he has become. Not to mention, he essentially full-blown morphs into a horror movie villain as he stalks and viciously attacks Obi-Wan, who at this point can barely defend himself. Number 2. Episode 5, Part 5. Although I am typically not a big fan of episodes that take place all in one place, unless they are done really well, this one is actually okay. But what really elevates this episode above the rest are the little character moments. I feel everyone got a time to shine. Obi-Wan, Kumail Nanjiani's character, O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character, Moses Ingram, Indira Varma. I really do think those more personal moments and character beats are what made me love this episode so much. Well, that on top of Reva's backstory that yes, we did all see coming, but I still thought it delivered, along with Vader versus Reva stealing the show. We also got the Anakin flashbacks, which finally and sadly for the only time in this limited series, put Hayden Christensen's return to good use. Number 1. Episode 6, Part 6. It seems to be a staple at this point for Disney Plus original series to have a 40-minute finale that wraps everything up a little too quickly and a little too easily. Thankfully, at least in this one, there is still a lot to love, and I do really feel that it is the best episode of the limited series. Obi-Wan vs. Vader, the official rematch, may not have been anywhere near as epic or emotional as Battle of the Heroes from Revenge of the Sith, but to me, it still delivered. Reva hunting down Luke, but then having a last-second change of heart by seeing what she's turned into, I felt was extremely well done. The little moments between Obi-Wan and Vader, like Vader admitting that Anakin Skywalker is dead and he is what remains, among the other little more personal moments, were all fantastic. And then we conclude with both Qui-Gon Jinn and Emperor Palpatine's little appearances. Although I didn't care much, even though he said hello there, for Obi-Wan meeting Luke, it just, I don't know, didn't click with me for whatever reason. I don't know, it just kind of felt out of place. But his final bit with Leia did warm my little heart. So there you have it, those are all 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi ranked, and now my review of the series as a whole. In the end, Obi-Wan Kenobi was much more of a mixed bag than I was hoping for. There were elements I loved, elements I liked, things I think could have been done a little bit better, and things I just didn't care for at all. Ewan McGregor is by far the standout in all of this. His triumphant return to the character 17 years later, and he slides right back into Obi-Wan's robes like he really never left them. But the other major standout is, of course and unsurprisingly, Vader. Both Hayden Christensen's physical performance and James Earl Jones' vocal and verbal one. I know I said it numerous times throughout my episodic reviews, but I truly do feel that this is the most powerful and darkest version of Vader we have ever seen on our screen. Now that I've mentioned it, I kind of think that I really just thought the cast overall was great. I liked everybody. I liked Kumail Nanjiani, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Moses Ingram, Indira Varma, and of course Vivian Lyra Blair. They were all excellent. This show also definitely has moments of brilliance. The flashback stuff, the Vader and Obi-Wan stuff, most of the Reva stuff, the score from Natalie Holt as well was exceptional. Where the issues lie for this series are within its storytelling. It's just stretched way too thin. It really should have just been a 2 or 2.5 hour movie rather than a 6 episode limited series. Things just felt dragged out, underwhelming, and rinsed and repeated at times. At the end of it all though, I was personally satisfied with Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, it wasn't this incredible thing that delivered on every expectation that the fan base had, though it isn't anywhere near as bad or disappointing as some people are claiming. It kind of just ends up somewhere in the middle, but I am more positive than negative for sure. And so I am going to be giving Obi-Wan Kenobi, the limited series, at least as of right now, potentially season 1, a 7.5 out of 10. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking and review. While you're at it, feel free to let me know how you would have ranked all 6 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi and what you would have given this series out of 10. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon. That way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.